Hello, it's time to play some pips. Let's try the easy puzzle, see how this goes. Okay, we've got an equivalence region, we've got a 4, so the 4 needs to have, can't be a single domino, it's got to be made up of split dominoes, which actually means the equivalence must be a single one, which can only be the, no. Sorry, I was going to say it can only be the 2s, it could be the 2s or the 1s, actually. So let's see. This 6 can't point into anything. The 6 must be, I think the 6 needs to go, yeah, the 6 needs to go here, because if the 6 went down, we don't have a 5 to finish the 6 region. So this points into here, which means we need a 3, which must go up, because otherwise we'd break the equivalence, and then the 2's go in here, and, no, sorry, the 2's go in here, sorry, and then the 1's are the equivalents. There we go. Okay, there's a bit of a stumbling solve, but we got to it. All right, let's try the medium. Okay, we've got a 7. 7 could be made up of double 3 and a 1, double 2 and a 3, and that's it. Okay, so the double 1s will be used in the 7. It's just we don't know if it'll be used here or here. That is what we don't know. Now the inequivalence region, right, so we'll use one of the doubles in the 7, and whichever one we use determines the only domino half that cannot, that won't enter the inequivalence, because we'll need one of each thing, and we'll only have 4 possibilities after doubling something in the 7. Okay, so what might that be? The greater than 1 makes me think we're probably going to put the double, oh no, the double 2 and double 3 both actually work with that. Sorry, did I say the double 1 goes in there? That's not possible. It's either the double 3 or the double 2. We need a less than 2, so we need a 1 or a 0 coming out of that. And the 4 could go here or here or here. Right. So we need greater than 2, so we need a 3 or a 4 up there. Oh, that's interesting. Because either... No, the 4's never used in the 7. Okay, the 4's never used in the 7. That's helpful to know, because that means it goes in the greater than 2. That I think that's actually forced, because there's nowhere else it can go. It can't go in the less than 2. I mean, I guess it could go in the greater than 1, but that would sort of be creating the same situation, just in a different, we'd still need something else coming out of the -1 into the inequivalence. So it's kind of, I think that's immaterial. And the 0, I think, needs to go here, because it can't go into the 7. It can't go into the greater than 1, so I don't think it can go anywhere else. So that's fine. So now, is it possible to create 2 ways? No, it's not, because if we put the 2's here, with the 1 would have to go into the greater than 1, which we don't have access to, so that's fine. So the 3's go here. We now need to have 1 more to finish the 7, and then the 2's go here, and that's that. Okay, that, again, probably should have been solving that more quickly, but so it goes. We'll move on to the hard puzzle now. See how this, whoa. This is an unusually large grid, okay. Tiny little dominoes down there. Okay, so I can see we have a 0 region, but we have quite a few 0 halves. That's not immediately helpful. We have a 3 pointing into a 1. What are our candidates there? We've got a 3 with a 5, that's no good. 3 with a 4, that's no good. 3 with a 3, that's no good. 3 with a 1, I think, is the only thing that works there, right? Are there any other 3's? Any other 3's that are valid candidates for that? No, I don't think there are. So now we need a 0 with a 1. That's completely forced, because otherwise we'll break the 1 region. That's okay. So there's something. That's something that went in right away. We need a 4 pointing into an equivalence region. Actually, the 18 needs to have 3 6's. It's the only way to make 18 in 3 cells. So one of the 6's points down into the equivalence region. The other half of the equivalence region points to the 4. So we need a 6 that matches with something that has a different domino where that same something matches with 4. This is a case where I'd love to be able to arrange my dominoes. So we've got a 6 1. Do we also have a 1 4? We do not. We have a 6 2, and we do have a 2 4. Do we have a 6, 0. Do we have a 0, 4? I do not think we do. I think that means it has to be the 6, 2 and the 2, 4. Don't think there are any other possibilities that work. 6, 1, 1, 4. No, I think that's fine. So I think that goes there. So we don't have two 6s, which means we need a 6 going vertically in the middle of the 18 region, so that we need a 6, 0 pointing up into the 0. So that goes there. Our final 6, do we have a 6, 4? I think we don't, because that was, yeah, we would have encountered it there, which means the 6 cannot point horizontally into the 4. Unfortunately, that means it's less constrained. Oh no, it's not. It's not. We only have 1 6 left, so it must be pointing upwards. That's fine. Okay, good. So this is all working. Do we have a 2, 0? We do have a 2, 0, so that could go there, but the 2 could also point up. What about this 5 pointing down into the equivalence? We'll sort of do the same thing we did with the 6s to try and match that to an equivalence. So if we have a 5, 1, do we have a 1 that could match the equivalent to the equivalence? Yes, we do. But that 1 needs to go with either a 2 or a 4. We do have a 1 that goes with a 2. So it could point down. Okay, so that's one 5 possibility. Another 5 possibility, the only other one, is a 5, 3. So what about our 3s? Do we have a 3 that connects to a 2? We do not. Do we have a 3 that connects to a 4? We do. Okay. So unfortunately, that doesn't solve it. But what it does do is, wait a second. 5 goes into a 3. 3 connects to a 4. Right. So it's either 3 connecting to a 4 or it's a 1 connecting to the 2. So unfortunately, yeah. If it's a 5, 1, the 1 connects to the 2. Do we then have a 0 that connects to the 4, which we would need? We don't. That doesn't work. That cannot be the 5. Apologies if I'm saying anything, if I'm missing any dominoes that are causing me to say things that are untrue, but I think this is correct. I think we now need the 3, 4 here, and we can put the 2, 0 here. I think that's the only way to make that series of relationships work. Now we need a 3, which points into the inequivalence region. We only have 1 3 remaining, so that goes there. That's fine. What about our 4? We now only have 1 4 that points up, so that it must be here, so that's also fine. Okay, we have a 2 that must point up, and it can be either a 1 or a 2, but the other half of it can be 1 or 2, but it can't be a 1 because that would break the inequivalence region. We already have a 1 in there. So it's 2, 2. So that's fine. So now what do we have in this inequivalence region? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could be 0, 5, or 6. So 0 or 5, because that's what we have left. And we have this equivalence region, which will need to be 3 1s. That's the only possibility. So that means... Oh, actually, and we'll need 4 1s because we've got a 1 over here. So all of our 1s are spoken for. So we can't, well, we couldn't have had a double 1 pointing up there anyway, but we still can't. So it can't be a 2 1. That'll break the equivalence region. Can't be a 1 1. That would also break it. It'll be a 5 1. And then we'll need a double 1 here. Finally, a 1 and 2. This is bridged, and we've got a completely empty domino to fill out the grid. There we go. All right, that was the hard puzzle. It's funny. I think in some ways this was the least difficult puzzle. I don't know, maybe not compared to the easy, but I think this was less difficult than the medium. It just took longer because it's a bigger grid. But it was all actually very logically forced the entire time. All right, well, there we go. Those were the pips. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.